Hey guys, Beast here. Many things happened in the NFT space this week. Ethereum was pumping again and there were some major updates within the NFT projects. So in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through all these major updates so that you don't miss anything and get ready for the next week. So let's go! So let's start with crypto. In the beginning of the week, it looked kind of scary. And even with Ethereum, it looked like the bearish macro is taking over the bullish merge that is coming. This all was until Wednesday, when Fed announced that they are increasing the rates by another 75 basis points to fight inflation. And when you think about that, you might say, man, it doesn't make sense. How come it is bullish that the Fed increases interest rates? It can be bullish, right? And yeah, we're kind of living in the weird times. But there is a really nice thread by Alf that explaining what happened. Markets don't like anything that is unexpected. And in this case, everyone already expected that Fed will increase interest rates by this amount. So there was no negative surprise. Also, Powell said from here onwards, we are fully data dependent, which again suggests there won't be any crazy unexpected increases. So we could see a really nice rally after Wednesday when ETH went again above 1700. Of course, now the question would be, is it just the narrative from the Fed? And also, is it a bull trap or not? We will see. Alright, moving from the macro, let's get into the NFT project. Jenkins showed us again a cool storytelling. For those who don't know Jenkins, like the first mint was already about a year ago, and it is one of the best examples how to build with the Web3 community and how to create your own business around your PFP. With the first NFTs, people could license their Bored Apes and Mutants into the upcoming book written by Neil Strauss. And even if you didn't own an ape, you could still use your Jenkins ticket to partner with an ape holder and then share the royalties. After you license the ape, you created a backstory, and the backstory then will be used in the book. A few weeks ago, we could mint the NFT version of the book, and now as a next step, we're gonna be standing in front of the decision whether we want to burn the NFT to get a new Azurian PFPs or to stake it to get the governance tokens. So the exact day for Azurians is still not announced, but since Jenkins is tweeting almost every day about Azurbala and about Azurians, like we can assume that it's coming soon. Talking about storytelling, Coinbase dropped the first part of the Degens Trilogy, and there are kind of mixed opinions about that right now. I think everyone agrees that the animation is really good. We can play a little bit. The main complaints, however, were about the story, and in reality, it wasn't really the Web3 way of building. The co-founder of StoryDAO had a little too negative but still interesting explanation how the traditional production works and how it should ideally work in Web3. So here you guys see, this is the traditional approach where there is a writer, production studio, and they work on the idea and create a content that is delivered to the community. But the idea of Web3 storytelling is that during every step you work with the community and the community co-creates the story. Similarly, for example, the Jenkins, that we all are creating the story of the upcoming book. So yeah, the Coinbase Trilogy seems to be more like the traditional Web2 way. Also talking about Coinbase, we saw headlines this week about SEC claims Coinbase currently lists 9 crypto assets that are securities, and Coinbase very clearly responded it is not true. They said Coinbase doesn't list securities, period. And they asked for clarity because they said the current law from the 1930s about securities is not ready for the digital assets, which they are 100% right that we need the clarity if we want the industry to grow and become mainstream eventually. We had Meta also having the earnings call this week, showing us Meta's Metaverse division lost $2.8 billion in Q2. Mark Zuckerberg said it's actually nothing surprising. He expects these losses to prolong in the coming years until the Metaverse become more mainstream and more mature. He is still super confident about Meta's direction and says the Metaverse is a massive opportunity and it will unlock hundreds of billions of dollars, if not trillions over time. We had also a bunch of fundraising in Web3 this week. First of all, Bored Ape Gazette, which is a website created by one of the ape holders almost a year ago, will now get a grant of $150,000 from ApeCoin DAO to keep going with the Bored Ape focused news. So they will also add new newsletters and they will kind of become an official newspaper of Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, other side and all the Yuga assets. We had also VFriends raising $50 million this week from A16Z to keep growing their brand. Unstoppable, which is known for those domains like .crypto or .nft, raised $65 million and they became the next Web3 unicorn, which means they are a company valued over $1 billion. And also Variant Fund raised $450 million to support the brightest founders in Web3. $450 million. I mean, that's crazy. Next, Solana opened its first physical store in New York in Hudson Yards. So it seems like they are really getting serious about the mass adoption. There was a common joke on Twitter asking, is it gonna be open 24/7? Next, Meebit's going to have some utility. The price floor actually jumped after the tweet. Yuga also added 5% from the secondary sales of Meebits, which I believe it's pretty standard these days. Cool Cats announced new collection that is coming later this year. It is called Yo Collection, so there's gonna be a new character, so Cool Cats were excited. And Treeverse dropped a really cool trailer. We can play a little bit. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. Like, it's a project by a popular, how to call him, I guess influencer Loopify, who's been building that for a while already. We don't know when Treeverse is gonna be launched, but yeah, I'm really looking forward for this one. Next, we have Elon complaining about Twitter that it's too quiet these days. So I thought it's only NFT Twitter that is quiet, but apparently the summer is here. People are outside, people are having fun, so they're not on Twitter. We had also a bunch of festivals this week, and of course the NFT Culture was there. Future was crushing it in Miami at Rolling Loud with his ape. And it was also the third weekend of Tomorrowland, so we could see Steve Aoki performing with his Bored Ape jacket, and also Ape Rave Club crushing it on the main stage. So yeah, NFTs are wild. Nothing from this is financial advice, as always. Like, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button below, subscribe so that you are the first one for the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's go!